What's up, y'all? Back again, trying to get these videos out of the way. You see a completely different color box for the Air Jordan 1 from the Fearless pack. Now, it's the Blue the Great, an artist based out of Los Angeles. In the Fearless pack from Nike, the Jordan 1, it's just, this last year and a half, 2 years for the Jordan 1, I mean, the Jordan 1 has always been great as far as resale is concerned. But man, Nike's releasing so many of them, you would think that there'd be some fatigue as the Blue the Great Jordan 1 Fearless has shown. There's no fatigue, man. This thing is reselling, and it's a mid. And that's amazing to me. It shouldn't be, because this has been happening for about a year and a half now. So we're in this cycle, and I think the cycle is about to end, but then Nike goes and does something a little bit extra to make it pop. So let's pull it out. Instead of me just running my mouth, let's snatch it out of here. And I'm going to move this up because the materials on this shoe are bananas. And it actually comes with a retro card, but it's not a retro card, it's just Fearless, right? And then on the back you have the Jumpman and the words, "Limits like fears are often just an illusion." And that's the same thing that's on the paper. These kind of personal appeals to people kind of help with the Jordan, and it endears people towards the brand. Most shoe companies don't spend that extra mile on things like this. And I'm wondering if it even matters in some instances. Nike created the hype around sneaker culture. If people were truly involved in sneaker culture the way they say they are, then there would be certain Pumas that you couldn't even get. Why? Because Puma was there at the beginning. Hip hop is Puma, Adidas. But they didn't make these iconic styles attached to the greatest basketball player of all time. So, and I'm running my mouth and I'm going in on this, but let's drop this down and let's get to the box, because we know that we need to look at a few different things on this shoe before we get started. All right, so let's jump in, and I'm going to leave this card out actually. It's the Air Jordan 1 Mid SE Fearless, and then it says NA. Now, I'm pretty sure that's got to be North America, but I'm not sure. Somebody tell me in the comments, and I'm sure you will. The SRP, I said about a year ago, I said that the Jordan 1 Mid would begin to get elevated in price. The more people began to buy them in resale, Nike was not going to let that go unnoticed, and the price was going to start going up. It went from 110, the SE of the, let's see, the pine green, the kind of Spider-Man mid, those were 120, right? This one cost 130. So you now have that increase in price that I said was going to happen about a year ago. Nike is going to eat up those margins or gain more for the release of the Jordan 1 Mid, because people are so willing to pay for it in resale. Like I said, NA suggested retail price is 130. The color is Muslin, which is that off kind of brown cream color of the yellowed outsole and some of the material on the shoe. Muslin, Black-Varsity, red, royal. The style code CU2805. This is a size 10. So the size 10 UPC is 193-655-916-472. And there's a 16 at the end. So we finally get to open up the box, and the box does have a stamp, and most Jordan 1s do have a stamp. So you have right here on the inside 10/07/1902. So we can immediately go to the shoe, and the back of the tongue should have the shoe size, and it does not. Oh wow. You get an extra set of shoestrings. Anytime you have the SE, typically you do get a set of shoestrings. The alternative, silver, there was no shoestring. I want to see if I can pull this out, but I can't. I'll try to get a good picture of it when I do the close-up of the shoe, but the insole has this gradient color palette that says Fearless on the inside, so I'll make sure I move that up. That stamp, let's see, the dates of production, 06, 05, 19 to 09, 23, 19. and it looks like it's made in Vietnam. So what was the second part of that? 09/23/19, 10/07/19. So that's within 4 weeks. So we're good to go as far as the box top, the stamp, the QC stamp, and the date of production. It matches up. So we know we're good and we're legit on this shoe. Like I said, I want to move up closer to it because there are different materials throughout the upper. And then you have at the heel the blue logo for the artist. So let's get this out. You see the paper has the slogan on it. Limits like fears are often just an illusion. We open that up, and then we have an additional layer of white paper. The shoe insert is out, so I'll put that back in. Someone's trying it on, obviously. Oh, wow. Fearless. You actually have the hang. Okay, this one, the increase in price is justified. But still, it's $130 for a Jordan 1 mid. And that wasn't happening even when they used premium materials. Even when they went winterized a couple of years ago on that black and gray one, when they went winterized and used a lot of solid materials and it was waterproof, it only went up to $120. So I'm still kind of right. But let's put this on the inside here, put the top back on, and let's get to our close-up because the close-up is going to help us with a few things as far as looking at the shoe and looking at certain details. So let's get close up on this. All right, so here we go with our close-up, and we're going to move it up so you can see suede, blue suede, red suede, and that's almost a textured corduroy, right, on the sidewall. But there's your hang tag with the fear on it, and let's flip it over, and it's foam, or is that leather? It's a foam. It's foam. Now, I haven't read it yet. I'm just moving it up so you can see that. And it's not in focus, of course, but, oh, it's just hard to read. It says limits like fears are often just an illusion. All right? Now, on the heel, we do have that logo, which gives it just the right amount of flavor, man. I think it's a really dope shoe. Red suede, and this is more of, what is that? Texture, like carpet. Trying to remember what the name of it is. Chanel. The Chanel swoosh. Blue suede around the collar. The tongue itself has those primary colors that the artist likes to paint with and use. So it's got those primary colors. And then on the inside of the shoe, the Fearless logo. Matter of fact, let me turn that to the side since we have the camera sitting close up on it. On the inside of the shoe, those primary color palette shows up, and you can see the Fearless on the inside of the shoe, on the footbed. And it's on both shoes in the right. But hopefully that helps everyone out a little bit to get a good look at the shoe. And I'm going to wrap it up with that shot right there. Bam. See you guys on the next one.